At the beginning of Lei Shen's reign, the Thunder King attempted to conquer Kun-Lai Summit. Seeking to capture as many slaves as possible instead of having to invade the mountain, the Emperor challenged the people of Kun-Lai to face him in personal combat, with their freedom at stake. Xuen, the White Tiger, responded, and the two engaged in combat. After a very long battle, Lei Shen emerged victorious. The people of Kun-Lai were subjugated, and Xuen was imprisoned. The Thunder King forbade the worship of the Celestials across Pandaria, an edict which lasts until the fall of the Mogu Empire. Lei Shen, the first emperor of the Mogu, unified their language, established a currency, and standardized weight and measures. He also created the first code of laws, with the first rule being that sedition, insurrection, and rebellion are punishable by public evisceration. The Thunder King saw the Pandaren as a potential threat, and so forbid them from learning to read or write. He executed their leaders and philosophers, and burned all Pandaren art and literature. History buffs will pretty much recognize this as a description of the first Chinese emperor, Qin Shi Huang, almost word for word. The only Mogu emperor that was actually liked by the Pandaren was Emperor Cao. While his reign was short and unremarkable by Mogu standards, he permitted the Pandaren slaves to learn to read, write, and the ability to establish their own schools. In respect of his memory, a statue of him remains on the eastern coast of the Jade Forest. The Golden Lotus tell of a legend in which a group of Pandaren monks defeated a Mogu army in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms and slew the Thunder King himself. This can be easily disproven, and in actuality the Thunder King died in a perhaps less glorious fashion, old age. The Titans used a magic blood-like liquid known as anima in their shaping of Azeroth, which has since been passed down to the Mogu. Anima was used by the Titanic Watcher Ra-Den to shape the life in Pandaria, and the method of its use, flesh shaping, was learned by the Thunder King after he defeated Ra-Den. The Mogu used this to form several new races, among them the Sarok and the Gremmels, and flesh shaping has been compared on several occasions to fel magic. One of the first actions taken by Lei Shen's successor, Emperor Dojin, was to move the Mogu capital to Mogu'shan Palace. During his reign, the Sarok soldiers employed by them grew disobedient and started plundering the very people they were supposed to protect, in addition to occasionally turning on their commanders when displeased. Dojin responded in the traditional Mogu way. You know, just by ripping the soul of every Sarok in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms. A long and bloody war then followed in the Krasarang wilds, culminating in thousands of deaths including the Emperor himself. His successor, Dojin II, left the imperial court in disarray following his obsession with eliminating the Sarok. Due to his negligence, the empire was crippled following his assassination at the hands of the Sarok, allowing the lizard men to disappear into the wilds. Following the Sarok Great Purge, the Mogu once again attempted to create a warrior slave race, this time with greater success. The Terracotta Warriors were the result of this, artificial Mogu powered by souls, very powerful, and above all else, completely loyal. The Mogu view their dead as a collection of parts, with everything from flesh and blood to the soul itself available for use. Thus, a symbol of great power and respect was to be buried intact, which can be best exemplified by the Valley of Emperors, where numerous, you guessed it, emperors are buried. Mogu females are something of a mystery, with very few known to exist. The twin consorts of the Thunder King are rumored to be the only known ones in existence, though this is disproven by the existence of Monara, the last queen of the Mogu. And now, some after-credits thoughts. God damn it, Tyrannora, this script, I swear to God, I've had more problems with than any other script I've ever read from you or me or Pride or anybody I've ever done work for. Jesus! I hate hate the Mogu. I'm glad they're all dead. I'm glad we killed all of them in Mists of Pandaria.